Political Soul Food, we back. What's good? What's good? Tonight we're talking about Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer who is going to jail. I want to know what you think about all this. Does this make a difference? Does this change your opinion about Trump as a conservative? Does it confirm your opinion about Trump as someone on the left? Or someone who's just neutral or apathetic to politics? Is it just nothing? I'm curious about what you think about all this. We're going to take a quick break, let all of you settle in, and we're going to chop it up because this is big. This is big. Stay tuned. Political Soul Food. All right, we're going to get into some current events right now. Your boy Michael Cohen, to be real about it, Trump's boy Michael Cohen is getting locked up, and he decided evidently that he ain't going out without a fight. He ain't going out without dropping his side of the story, realizing that he is being hanged to dry all by himself. He's saying, listen, I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing like someone in the Temptations. So this is definitely something to talk about at the very least. And obviously we have a lot of other issues going on here in our society around the world. But, when it comes to the president's character, or the president's misbehavior, the president's success in any way, this is news. This is news for us because what happens at that level definitely will impact us. And so I wanted to reflect on people's impression of Michael Cohen's testimony. I looked at some opinions on the left, some opinions on the right, and some neutral opinions. And I'm not even sure the neutral opinions are really neutral. You can judge for yourself, but I want to talk about some of these opinions and talk about like what all this means. Is it worth our time to even think about? And feel free to really correspond with me on this issue here. This is really about getting a sense of people's view on the matter. This, I think, can let us know what the temperature is, the temperature of the climate of the American public in terms of its tolerance for certain behaviors. And, this will be very telling about the kind of support Trump will receive for the 2020 elections if he even runs again. And so, as of now, it looks like there's no reason why he shouldn't run again if you're looking at the situation from a Trump supporter's point of view. But looking at all the mounting allegations and facts and details about his past actions that are coming within our view, it looks like sooner or later he's going to probably try to skip town. I mean, I tell you, I think that there's so much on him, and we didn't even need the Michael Cohen testimony, at least the public one. Much of what is needed is already in the records for our homeboy Robert Mueller to keep track of and situate in his investigation. But I mean, a lot of this stuff we already knew, and it's really, I guess I wouldn't say a performance, but it is definitely important for the Democratic Party to at least have someone who worked very closely to Trump to be out there and send a stage to say, listen, this is the kind of thing that has gone on with those who are supporting this president. Obviously, it gives more ammunition to disparage him, and when I say disparage, I'm not even trying to say that he's really an undeserving victim of being disparaged. I mean, the dude is actually the ringleader of so much name calling and misgivings, across the board. So yeah, he is not an innocent lamb. Okay, he is not Christ on the cross bearing the sins of so many others. No, this is a criminal, a racist, fascist, sexist, and traitor. Okay, that's what it is. If you disagree, let's chop it up. But that's what it is. They say birds of a feather flock together. Now, this is not always true, but generally it is true. In Trump's case, if we look at nearly every single person that is in this administration or on his team, politically or just business-wise, we can trace corruption to them one way or another. And so that's just who he hangs out with, right? That's who he finds solace with. Those are the people that contribute to his sense of purpose in life. You get what I'm saying? That's who he is. So Trump showed us who he is. All the while, knowing who he is, got many to believe, so many outrageous things about former President Barack Obama and the person who was supposed to be president, Hillary Clinton. All right? He had his boys talking about lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. And at the end of the day, I think it's clear that we need to be chanting, lock him up, lock him up, lock him up. But, they say don't stoop down to their level, and Michelle Obama tries to remind us that when they go low, we go high. But I think when in terms of action, in terms of how we do things from a physical point of view, we stay high, right? We don't get violent. But when it comes to rhetoric and when it comes to public discourse, hey, we can go low, because sometimes the lowest word is the best word to describe someone who is doing very low things. So when Hillary Clinton talked about deplorables, she was spot on. She was talking about people who were doing things that were reproachable. Okay? Voting for Trump, voting for someone who can say he can get away with shooting someone. He wouldn't lose a vote for shooting someone. Someone who brags, about being able to capitalize off of the recession, and then talk about how he's going to try to fix the economy when he's just riding a tidal wave that was created by the previous president, giving the previous president no props whatsoever. That's low. That's dirty. All right? And we all have different words for people like that. So that's just who he is. And if for people to support a person like that, then they are showing who they want to be, who they want to associate with. And I don't care if they're Christian or not, they are showing themselves to be deplorable. And so what Michael Cohen's testimony does for us is bring to the American public the kind of people that Trump hangs out with. Now, the Republicans, the conservatives that I was listening to, question Cohen, and even those who were writing their evaluation of Cohen's testimony, all these conservatives, here's how they try to defend Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, let me just pull up this piece I was reading. There was a piece in the... Let me pull this up for you. Let's see. In the American Conservative, I think it was. Yeah. The American Conservative. And it's by a guy named Hunter Durensis. And it's called Michael Cohen. Lots of wind, no damage. Think about that. Think about how Republicans who have spent an entire presidency trying to find any kind of breach of truth or honesty in Obama's camp, just to tear him down. His character, the color of the suit he wore, how they came after his wife, trying to argue that maybe she's not a woman. All of these like crazy disrespectful things. Or when Obama said you can keep your insurance, keep your doctor and all that, and how that came out not to be the case, not because Obama didn't want that to happen, but because of technicalities. Anyway, all of these efforts were made to catch him out on a lie. So much was made to try to tie him to someone else's failure. But at the end of the day, they didn't have enough wood to keep any kind of fire of that sort burning. But you got a person like Trump, whose personal lawyer is spilling all the beans. And the Republicans' defense is that, well, Trump's personal lawyer is someone we shouldn't trust. He is untrustworthy. So he just became untrustworthy. We're talking about the president's personal lawyer. What does that tell us about the president? So even their defense is just standing on broken legs that are just collapsing. Because their only defense at this moment is to discredit Cohen for previously lying. And many of the lies in the past were on behalf of Donald Trump. Now, this is not some incident where Trump picks a person to be a part of his team that he hears about from word of mouth, and somebody 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 degrees of separation says, hey, this is a person you should put on your team, and Trump says, I'm going to give this guy a chance, and then discovers later that this person is worse, has no morals, is just horrible. No, we're talking about his personal lawyer for years. So his personal lawyer for years, either way, if you want to say he's just a liar, somebody we shouldn't listen to because he already used up his credibility by lying in the first place previously, still that defense does not do any good for Trump. It only basically just gives people a peace of mind who are looking for any kind of excuse to use. So in other words, if for those who are already going to continue to support Trump at this moment, that's just something good for them to say to others as an excuse. Well, you see Michael Cohen's up there and he's telling all about Trump, and he's showing a check that Trump said he didn't know about. Here's the check itself, a copy of the check itself. Well, it doesn't matter because Cohen is a liar. He's a pathological liar. And it doesn't prove collusion. So the defense is the dude that Trump rolled with for all these years to do all of his work for him personally is a liar, and it doesn't prove the ultimate offense. So like you're saying, well, yeah, my guy is bad, but at least he didn't do this. Yeah, he stole things from everybody. He's a thief. He's a liar. He's two-faced. He just didn't rob me yet, or we just didn't see him. We don't have him on videotape. Well, we do have him on audio tape saying some things, and even that's not enough. I mean, just imagine if Obama was in office and Eric Holder or Obama's personal lawyer or someone just said all the things that Cohen is saying about Trump. Imagine they said all of those kinds of things about Obama. What do you think? Just process that. All right, let's just get into a Zen moment to really live that up. All right. Okay, did you feel that? Can you imagine how crazy this country would have been at that point? Whoa. It would have been beyond our imaginations. Obama would have been ousted. It would have been crazy. So, in a sense, Cohen was preaching to the choir. The majority of America is his choir on this point here. And so I would give some Republicans credit. Yeah, all right. It doesn't really show any new things. It just confirms. It doesn't say anything, definitive about collusion. But that's not needed for evidence of collusion. Robert Mueller has taken care of that already. And the preponderance of evidence is just already casting such a net that no matter where Trump turns to or what excuse people submit for on his behalf, they will not escape. Let's check out some comments here. We got some comments here. This is shameful to watch how these Republicans choose party over country. Yeah, they're choosing party, choosing whiteness over country. That was G.D. Stokes. G.D. Stokes says Cohen has pertinent information that should impeach him. And if he doesn't get impeached, I think that there's enough right now, G.D. Stokes, to arrest Trump. Especially when he's not president anymore. Oh, this should continue. We're going to have to show them how it's done. They're talking about lock Hillary up after she leaves her position as Secretary of State. No. Let's show them what it really is. He needs to be locked up one way or another. I'm really putting my money on Trump leaving the country. Dr. Marshall in the house, she said, I couldn't believe my eyes were seeing right when Lynn Payton stood up. Did she not know what was about to happen? Friends with Trump. She can't represent all black people, not even all black women. Absolutely. She looked pathetic standing there. So, G.D. Stokes says Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell are enablers of Trump. Oh, obviously they are enablers. Soul Brother Jerome, use weave to break after use. No doubt. They indicated that he could be arrested now because he committed crimes. Oh, that's good. I wasn't able to sit through the whole thing. I was to and fro all over the place. I've been reading a lot of reports, so that I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that some aggressive measures are being taken, because at some point we got to step up our game. Listen, I keep saying it over and over and over. While we bicker, fuss, complain about Republicans, they're not playing with us. They're using any means necessary to get things where they want them to be. If that takes 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, then they're willing to take that time. They're rolling their sleeves up and they're waiting for every opportunity. This is serious business. Obama had 0 indictments, but Trump has about 70 plus indictments. It's crazy, right? Obama chilling with his boo and his kids, gets called every name under the sun in the Bible, directed to sinners. Trump does everything under the sun and under the earth. And he is viewed as being God's chosen one. It's crazy. So, there's a report here in CNN. CNN got this article on 6 things to take away.
How much time?
6 takeaway.
How much time you got left?
6 takeaways.
14?
So here are some of the takeaways.
14 minutes, champ.
All right, so we got a few minutes. I'm going to take one call in about the next few minutes. All right, so the takeaways were, one, this is from CNN. Who wrote this? Jeremy Herb. I was about to call him Herb. Cohen's remarkable accusations. Right, he made a lot of. I don't think his accusations were really that remarkable. In fact, he was pretty tamed. It definitely created a roadmap for ongoing investigation, as Dr. Marshall suggested. And Republicans' game plan, attack. Obviously, they're just dismissing everything and attacking his credibility. Right. So this is how it's going to be between us and Republicans. Cohen was critical of Trump up to a point. That's true. I mean, I think that was kind of good too, in the sense that not latching on to everything one could hypothesize about Trump. I think that was good. Not going overboard. His testimony contradicts Stone and Trump Jr. Good. Right, so that brings them now in the loop. We got some contradictions we need to talk about. And yes, this is a White House problem, not just a campaign one. Absolutely. So what Trump's camp want to do is separate. They want to compartmentalize the issue. No. Trump has brought the very, what did he call it? He wanted to drain the swamp. He brought the swamp into the White House with him. That follows you, bro. So yeah, this is a White House problem, not just a campaign one. Absolutely. So listen, we're gonna take a quick call. I got a minute, so if you want to call in, listen, share, what you feel about this, and then I'll be back tomorrow. So the number is 202-505-0250, 202-505-0250. If you want to call in, now is the time, my peeps. Now is the time. So we want to give it a chance for this phone to ring up. I know we had a caller. I think Congressman Cummings deserves an award. Cool, calm, and collected. Oh, he had to be. Leading this session. He didn't, obviously he doesn't deserve. We don't deserve for him to be a weak link. It'll just mess up the whole thing. So he played neutral. So we got a call coming in from Georgia. So we're going to see what's good. Hello, welcome to Political Soul Food.
Hey, this is Stokes, man.
Yo, what up, Stokes? How you doing, bro?
Hey, I just wanted to comment a little on what happened today.
Okay.
With the hearing with Cohen.
Yeah.
And I thought it was an amazing testimony. I mean, he held his own, Even though he lied, he admitted, I lied to protect someone for 10 years that he has been paid to do.
Right.
And all of a sudden, all this break news about Trump, that he knew about the meeting at Trump Tower with the Russians, and the cheating on the taxes, and I just thought that was just amazing testimony. Right there should have been enough,
And that's what
to even change.
I want to ask you, and you think you beat me to it. So was this enough for you? Did you think that this was
yes,
enough wood to put in this fire to keep fire burning and confirming? That's interesting. Right. I definitely want to talk to people to see, because the Republicans' response. I've been reading some of their reports on the matter, and they're saying that hey, it was just nothing but howling and screaming, but there was no damage. This does nothing for this does nothing against Trump. It doesn't damage his reputation or anything like that. Right. But for you, this was useful. You feel? Right.
I mean, just compared to President Obama, someone that I thought was phenomenal in office and held the standard, and really was a great president. No scandals. Married his wife, children, all by him. I remember in the beginning of his campaign, they tried to connect him with Reverend Wright from the church in Chicago as being part of the Islam Nation. I mean, all that crap. But I mean, he shook it off, kept moving forward, and he still became, I think, one of the greatest presidents in this modern era.
Absolutely. Yo, G. Stokes, I'm gonna let you have that last word. It was a good one. I gotta shut down now. I want to thank all of you for coming in.
Appreciate having me on.
Thank you, JD Stokes. Thank you very much for calling in.
All right.
That was our boy JD Stokes representing Political Soul Food, dropping some good commentary and reflections on this issue. I want to shout out to all of you out here who support Political Soul Food. Again, check out patreon.com if you want to support in other ways to keep this running and to help expand this whole thing here. So listen, thanks again for tuning in to help me expand my mind and keep the fire to my feet. All right, so I'm shutting down now. Peace and love, everybody. Tomorrow night we getting down. Once again, Political Soul Food. Peace and love. IG, thanks a lot. Have a good night. All right, peace a lot. Peace out, y'all. I gotta shut down now. Store shutting down. All right, now y'all take it easy.
Usually like political topics.
YouTube.